Look, the prophets got the pen again. Homie swallowed the cinnamon while I swallowed the cinnamon. I wallowed in sentiment while I'm hollow from sin. I'm in, follow the syndic trend. Moscato bottles and businessmen, plus bravado. Hit the lotto and get a grotto when Paula's is not a Christmas wish. I've been a problem since marshmallows and innocence. The olive for your itching fits. Spend $1 and slit your collar in a condo is the end of it. Sitting rondos and splitting pronto if tendons is bending quick. Bravo, while flipping combos, I was sent to sentence to spit sentences. I'm not popping, but I profit cause the diction's sick. Not on your sign, yo, still about the nine, yo, just bombing out on my chrysalis.
Welcome to Music on the Road FM. This is your host, Leroy Downs.
Get ready. Yeah. Y'all ready for some live shit? Welcome. Welcome to the D, baby.
These are the words of the late legendary hip-hop producer James Yancey, also known as J Dilla, who changed the whole rap game forever, reinventing the art of beat making and producing for so many great musicians.
They shouldn't have let a nigga up in this bitch.
Today we're on the road to Detroit, Michigan to see what's going on in the AD that's after Dilla.
4, nigga. Hey, 3, 2, 1.
After the 1967 riots, the collapse of the auto industry and the loss of more than 60% of its inhabitants, it seemed that Detroit was abandoned to suffering and anger. But yet the musical heart of the city never stopped beating, and although quite overshadowed by the West Coast-East Coast feud, the Detroit rap scene kept shining, constantly rising from its ashes and transforming the mud and tears into their own coat of arms.
What's the name of this town? Detroit! I'll let Felix and Jarvis ask the next question.
Are you ready to throw down?
Yes, we are! Hey, what can we say? Enough has been said. We go to the opening spread with Felix and Jarvis.
Felix and Jarvis here opening the television show The Scene in 1983 would be the first successful MCs to struggle out of the city. Struggle, you say? The French have a word for it, le système D, the D system. A D for débrouiller, meaning do it yourself. A D for Detroit and its inhabitants who have made it their own battle cry. We talked to the founder of Tap Detroit Radio, Olin Ezra, about this DIY energy that fuels Detroit's rap, and with a white grandpa, Old Dave, who told us about his first encounter with the hip-hop scene.
I like to call it the legend of Old Dave. The Cactus Lounge on 8 Mile. DJ Dez and House Shoes were doing an open mic down there. I walked in there out of the blue, and they looked at me like you must be lost. It was funny. You know, if they had booed me off the stage and chased me away, that would have been the end of it. But they didn't. They judge you on the quality of your rhyme. So you stand or fall right there.
Hip-hop's always been there. I mean, people just rap around here. Everybody's a rapper. I'm a rapper.
Right.
Dave's a rapper. People rap at the bus stops, on their porch. It's more like you're speaking to a person with hip-hop than just singing another song. I think that the people that you are impacting, it has a much bigger influence on them, you know, because it's words. It's like wordplay, and I think it's hard-working music, man. Anybody that's hard-working can appreciate that. I think that's why everybody loved Eminem, is because he was so angry, but you could tell he worked hard. You could tell that, like, he didn't come from an easy life to say. Detroit's struggling, you know? It's got all these different little micro scenes that are out there struggling. I just think there's a more do-it-yourself attitude now.
Many Detroit rappers did it themselves in the 90s. The aggressiveness of ESHAM or the insane clown posse, the vanilla-flavored hip-hop of Kid Rock, and of course the golden age of rap battles at the St. Andrews Hall or the hip-hop shop made famous by the movie 8 Mile featuring the most well-known of them all, Eminem. But let's step back. Let's take a look beyond 8 Mile. Let's get rid of the conscious or the gangster labels. Let's forget about the violence and see what's really going on in Detroit's young hip-hop generation.
Yeah, I'm the planet that swallowed Galactus, and I'm kinda manic, so could you stop with the cameras? I'm not like you Bammers who got stripes for clicking tools. Nah, I got stars for winning duels, and then along came a spider, started spinning spools. Yes, you may do tricks in the cypher, but no bending spoons. Meanwhile, Silver's killing for petroleum. I'm only a token slipped into the Nickelodeon. All I do is watch anime and slap teachers. Nah, you cannot annotate a rap genius. Peep with you, I'm marrying. We playing for the keeps. Tried to dream like an American. They killed me in my sleep, nigga. Stop raiding my tomb. Your infantry is infantile. They places the womb. Tides waning and waxing, gaining strength from the moon. But I still pray that you be safe from the Sioux. Nami of the straw hats, cause I think I'm all that. And a glass of sake, but anagram is not me anymore. Carbon copies always knocking at the door. If you ready, come and get me. He's always been a part of my life. The first album I ever listened to was Nas I Am, and I was when I was in the womb, you feel me? So I feel like I was predestined to always like kind of follow this path. There was never a time where I wasn't without music or I wasn't without writing. I've been writing and rapping and performing, you know what I'm saying, since I learned how to write. So it's been a while. I got like 12 years in the game. I'm like a rap veteran. Once and only sour grapes, D-Town, Guevara, Feast and Shay and Fidel. We found the error, might I say that we ill. Moon swallow in the ocean, I can say you some krill. Might I say that we ill. It's the quickest way to get you well. Sickle blazing, tipping scales, renegade and infidel. I want your soul like that, but with the ginger ale.
That's hot, bro. That's hot. That's sick, man.
Been doing it for a while then.
Nah, man, I just started writing. I've been singing for ever since I was 3.
Right.
And I'm 26. What's your name, man?
Yakuza.
Yakuza.
Yep.
Real name, man.
Yeah. Yakuza are basically rebels in Japan. Now they'll probably be known as like the Japanese mafia or whatever. But basically, like throughout history, they were like the outcasts of society, and you know they overthrew Imperial Japan. And they were from the bottom, though. They were the people that were cast out because they had radical ideas and because they wanted to challenge the status quo. And I feel like that's what I represent every day that I breathe, you know what I'm saying, or Yakuza. And I feel like people here on Earth, when you look at the moon, that's what you feel like, what is this thing, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that mystique really captures me in the dark side of my own self, you feel me? So that's why I put Yakuza Moon together. I feel like it's vital, very vital, to like go outside where you're from and read things and watch things from other places, you know what I mean? Because that philosophy like defines my life now, you know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't have been able to find that philosophy here. So we get out here. So that wasn't too bad, you know? And it's a straight shot from right here, from the corner to the library. I'm thinking that some of my homies might be up here working, you know? It's a railway, the M1 rail, and it's basically some gentrification, you know what I mean? It's like for the people from the burbs to come through and get through the city, come and go downtown and then go back home, so. It's not really something that's for us, you know? It's not really.
So it's not gonna connect you and the neighborhood?
Right, it's not coming to my hood, you know what I mean? It's going to the downtown and it's going to the suburbs. So that just shows you like the privatization of my home, you know what I mean? Because they're trying to make it undesirable for people like me to come and explore this space, you know? I'm an Aboriginal here. I was born and raised here, so I automatically have a sense of pride and a sense of belonging. And I know that this is my home and it's mine to take and, you know, inspire and create and do whatever I want with it. So I never feel out of place. What's good, G? I'm just lost within this foreign world.
Lost within this foreign world.
Looking for those who kin to me.
Kindling bright as light.
Even if related to Della Beans. In the blackest night, I'll be the string that's stranded in his DNA. With no deity that I can pray to help nourish the past I crave. No. See my ring and hear my call. Green Lantern established all, fam. Damn, as the black hole within my body fall. Hoping up that I opened up.
What's sick?
Yes, that's the only. What is this? Just this setup, you know, you got all the Detroit greats, the Etheridge Knight, the Dudley Randall, you know what I'm saying? The Sonia Sanchez, these are all like Detroit and Michigan, just legends or whatever. And so this is like, right here, I could just sit down and just be out here zoning out for hours, you know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of space this is, and that's the kind of environment that allows me to create, you know? And thus, he is born. In English, my name means Google Translator won't tell me. It is what the powdered faces and tight ponytails spit out like green warheads. It is incomprehensible. When Rafiki smeared the juice upon my noble brow, it is what I uttered, immaculate cursive, the forbidden language, my live pulse forever making me a fugitive. But there are but two in the whole world. It is Toussaint L'Ouverture slowly decomposing in a cold still. The taste of liberation still fresh on his tongue. An alloy of malachite and lapis lazuli, both toxic and tonic, like a jawbreaker, hard and impenetrable at first, but caked and frothy at second. My name is my bond. The flute solo in Gil Scott Heron's The Bottle, but attached to a speaker playing in piano with his Haile Selassie's resolve in Goku's spirit, abomination. Full moon for 9 nights in a row. 2 wet mountains of life, a perfume of chocolates, like the writer's dent in my bird finger. Prevalent yet well worn, an anti-hero of prophetic proportions. A symphonic oligarchy of 2, spirit and freedom. We bleed red for cardinals, black for the berries, and green for the nucleus. It is stardust, freebase through a black hole, creating cosmos. The invisible stress spectrum, placing prisms on phalluses to burn through this plastic. It is Buddha's robes of saffron and Muhammad's bloody sand. The single-bellied crocodile and the tri-headed lion southpaw. And thus, he is born. Oh, I do my magic with my producer, my sound engineer, and my poetry instructor, Jami Tata. He lets me lay down my tracks there and mixes and masters everything. It was all a very organic process. That's where I lay everything down, upstairs. Took off my shoes to step into the palace.
Open bag, eh?
So yeah, that's why I said they got to be everything like Ryu Hayabusa, 37 cycles and I beat a higher sutra. I'm on the block, I got a lot of brand new stuff you haven't heard yet, so I guess I can go into the vault.
3, 2.
The saga get bassy to count them dollars. I'm hip, I sprout lima beans, simp switch for finer things. But diamond rings is never gonna amount to dreams deferred. Seen and heard, reams and reams of I was missing that part. That was it though.
Indeed.
I've been practicing, yo. I've been getting my voice controller and breath control right.
You need to be able to know how you want to sound.
Right.
You need to hear that first.
Right.
So that's why I gave you the computer. That's why I gave you the mic. Try that again.
All right.
3, 2.
Like the juice of a lime, they straddle the limp Bambi. I handle these simps gladly. The saddle's a bit sandy. Battle the chimpanzees to grind with gorillas and the convicted killers with their minds on the skrilla. 9 millers to the ceiling. I am the calm before catastrophe. Armed is what I had to be. I end the sun like Japanese, taking out the savagery that's adding to my tapestry. Nutty like a Macadee, the flow is smooth as satin. Be with no limits, that's Master P.
There's 2 different arts. You have the vocals and then you have the music going on. You have to master one to play with the other and get in sync with that, you know, and
we've been working together for a while, so he understands that, you know, from jump. So. What up? Nah, that's a single that I was gonna put out.
Just doing poetry, like, and then going back and forth between poetry and rap because they've always been like seamless in my life. That definitely helped me, like, you know, trim down my bars, because for me, I never wrote in bar format. It was always just, you know, I was writing until I was done. It was never really like, you know, broken down or nothing like that.
Notebooks. It wasn't even pages. It was notebooks full around. You gotta translate that to the beat if you're gonna be a rapper, you know, and not a poet, because a poet can have 10 minutes worth of material, but when you have a beat, it's a whole different element. You gotta really learn what songwriting is about, like the verses, the hooks, the bridges, everything that comes with songwriting. So I think you grew a lot in learning how to be a songwriter once you became a rapper.
That's the rapper in me. Witchy. So yeah, I got how I'm gonna do it now. I got exactly how to do it.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Pillage the village with twisted limits of scrimmage. As the script thickens, I get Dickens and pivot my wrenches. I'm sick as syringes. I rivet the fences and kill them with diction. Ripping the tissue, I send them some writtens to lengthen the distance. The realest one spitting, send them a sentence to sing around the sycamore. Teach them how to fill a four, speak an ounce of liquor for those under the dirt. Bums plunder the turf for the sum of a purse. Suckers succumb to a surf, jumping I heard someone with the earth, two with the sky. Lucifer loosens my eye. What you lose is what it do for a lie. Trade your suit for a tie. Deuce the noose up and die. Cruise to the hoop off a dime. I chew through loops with my nines. This mad boost to the shine like the juice of a lime. They straddle the limb. Bambi, I handle these sims gladly. The saddle's a bit sandy. Battle the chimpanzees to grind with gorillas and the convicted killers with their minds on the skrilla. 9 millers to the ceiling. I am the calm before catastrophe. Armed is what I had to be. I ended sun like Japanese, taking out the savagery that sat into my tapestry. Nutty like a Macadee, the flow is smooth as satin beat with no limits. That's Master P. Filling up rap cavities. Calamity is sad to see, but sadly it has to be. Sucker MCs get left for broken bones and shattered teeth. They say I'm zany nice, so be it. Ain't he Christ? Pro Jesus lanes be like spitting salt with no season. Can't even write, but so semen for letter old English. Act like you know better. Guillotine and illich speaking, represent the selling, leaking, killing demons, selling seams, and it's the season of the Nisu beady. All these immature bloods like leukemia, spitting lyrical reeky little spitters is tikis. I am the whole totem. Rap is a gold. I'm taking it by force. No Yoda, dodging deadly darts as I grow older.
This is an exit for you out of the problem. I've been supplying the exit. And I use it through my music and use my music as a sound bridge for them to walk across the void. This is over something more psychic, more spiritual. I call it like spirit sound.
That's it, and I'm gonna take it. This is my exit to get out of here. To get out of here. To get out of here. To get out of here.
If you want to find people that's been in Detroit for 30, 40, 50 years, you come to the North End, and it's all here. And it's all like, even the decay is beautiful to me because there's so much history and everything. So even like the urban scapes and all of the abandoned buildings and stuff like that, and even the historical homes, you know, all of the beautiful stuff, it just all meshes together very beautifully to me. And the new energy that we're bringing into the North End, I feel like it's needed, and I feel like it's gonna reinvigorate this neighborhood and put this neighborhood back on the map. You gotta go all the way in. Are you serious? Yes, bro. It's over. Yes, bro. The Skyrise Clan, bro. Those are guys that came up with me that was kind of like into different subcultures. They was into different stuff. They was always into hip hop, but they was into skateboarding, and they was into manga and anime and all, punk rock and all this other stuff. And so we draw this inspiration from all these different things, and we put it together in our music.
Best choice. So I can fly through the world like a superhero. Guess what? You're just my idol, and I'ma let her know it. So I can let her show it, show them how to never end. But when I lift my shirt over, I heard the girls like, oh my God. So this rap
Ciphers have been around since like the
creation of hip hop. At first it was kind of a way to like get your stuff out there. You know, like even you would get around people that didn't rap and you'd be in the middle and you'd be spitting. And everybody be like, okay. And it kind of comes from, it's tribal, you know what I mean? It comes from being around the drum or being around the fire or being around whatever. People circle up and you listen and you tell stories. And so the purpose of it is to gain inspiration from everyone else and to find everyone else's individual style and like really accent their style and be like, yo, like I like your style, like that's nice, we need to collab. And so it's just to show everyone's diversity and it's to show how far you can take the culture and how far you can take the art of rapping.
No longer can I just tolerate my enemy. I gotta take them out my vicinity and exist freely. Yeah, freaks freely, exist freely like I'm a bird in the clouds, man. That's like, I gotta pass it.
Killing motherfuckers just for the hell of it. Nigga, the flow is heaven sent. My niggas, y'all niggas are relevant. And every time we get together, yeah, we heaven sent. Rewind the bars again, my nigga, I'm gonna just pass it in. Pass it in.
My mind, body, and soul. Point from there, I kill your mind, body, and soul. Sorry, your mom, daddy, and cold.
It's exciting for me, I'm hyped, you know what I mean? Because it's like, this is my generation. I feel like we can touch on things that have never been touched on. We can turn hip-hop into a whole different thing. And that's why I say we're going through a renaissance. As far as my generation goes, as far as Detroit goes, we're always going through a renaissance. It's just people are just now seeing it. We never stop. It's the more struggle, the more pain, the more art, you know what I mean? The more happiness, the more joy, the more freedom, the more art. No matter what happens, no matter what's going on here in the city, it's always gonna be art. Hey, yo, they trying to tell me that the meat gonna inherit the earth, but all my life I seen the wheat getting buried in dirt. So fuck what's written on your button. It amounts to nothing. If you give a mouse a muffin, he a rat on his whole pack. I told Marvin I was Martian, just spitting like Sylvester, no polyester, but I'm on my cotton picking mine. Wool on my eyes and the Lord is my shepherd. We gonna be all right. We gonna be all right.
Yeah, we gonna be all right.
We gonna be all right.
I've been sleeping on the streets for a couple weeks, trying to get something to eat, but nobody's helping me now. But when I got a job, I cooked it up like Anderson. Show the whole world how I do it, Mr. Anderson. But I ain't trying to waste no more time. I'm trying to get up on these rhymes and make a couple dimes so I can spread the wealth and show the whole how I'm feeling, cause this is how I'm feeling. I just want the love, respect, and responsibility to rise up from the ground like the dead on my feet. So I'ma let the whole world know it, and I'ma let the whole truth blow up like it's an open atom bomb. So I'ma let it glow up, so let me grow up, so I can learn from respect. So la 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 la, yeah 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 yeah. So hold on, how I do it, like yeah yeah. I'm gone. Wasabi said.
Now get ready for. Now get ready for, I advise you to get ready for. See, it was hopeless when I wrote this. When the flow gets quote this, you might grip. I let the machete grip and ricochet off that closed fist. I'm a walking firearm, spit lead like I ain't golf clips in the twilight. Aim for a new moon and start a holy eclipse. Break the dawns in twos, that's regardless. I turn targets. I turn one of their favorite artists to one of my favorite corpses. I'm a spawn of a legend artist or anything they think is heartless with a mind, body, soul, and flow that's embedded in forever flawless. Flow, nigga, this is spit it right apocalypse. We ain't pathetic for records and still dominant. It's prominent that I ain't stopping till I'm rocking instead of moccasins in the city where it's more problems than Gotham, niggas, a metropolis. Since I've been here, I inhale their criticism and I exhale out no fucks given in lyricism. That's my tribe conglomerate. A native, I'm still spitting. I infiltrate like the Navy and wave them of their position. Bitch, my 808 be hitting. But the caliber when I be spitting, accurate to a violent tyrant, biased giant, stopping 9/11's collisions, man, it's us against the world. We living with our decision. We fell straight from the game and created our own division. Two bitches, I swear that I'm top. 9, I edit to top. But I'll obliterate your archive, so I loud when I spit. Hip-hop at a standby, but yelling on in this game, I'm hip-hop starting fire, my nigga. I ain't gotta talk about the gun and how I blast tech. I'm versatile, just know, bitch, I can cover every aspect.
tendencies to play my genius. And I don't care enough to stop anybody ODing. And move your body to this one, cause my God would agree with we coming to eat here like a big-ass family reunion. Nigga, you know you be missing all your cousins. Nigga, don't you act like you don't love them. Goody soul with the piece of peace stuff in it inside a Herschel backpack. Zip up, release it up in higher key. If he's with tendencies to play my genius. Now I don't care enough to stop anybody ODing. Move your body to this one, cause my God would agree with we coming to eat here like a big-ass family reunion. You know you be missing all your cousins. Nigga, don't you act like you don't love them. In touch with the souls of black folks, since W.E. the bow with the bow tie, black suit with the glasses, afro with the caption that quotes, like some mad cool, so master don't shoot. Hands up with the passion, dancing in the sun. Access of the love with them standing as one. Granted, we were safe from them patrol slap cuffs and them canvas crash cuts with the round and black slump. Down, diggy, down, ride downtown. Six bitches in the whip equipped with surround sound. You on block down with the volume, I twist down. Digits from them ligaments, if you touch my twist out. Switch with licks up, pass the scripture. It's a kiss of Chris Love. It's a rap the piss God, switch with the kiss out. Oh, him bitch, get that step in or get out.
Bitch, fuck they talking about Detroit and this motherfucker, Yakuza Moon, you feel me? This nigga here.
The Skyrise Nation.
Yeah.
And they call him the Merciless Kizzer. You the sorcerer's apprentice, I'm a wizard with ink. I had to order all my tenants, not a village in sync. Chinchillas and minks, be on the prowl for prey. The poachers won't approach us, yes you die where you lay. It's not a light show when the power displayed. Cowards get slayed and shoe shines get showered with shade. The sand in my glass turns hours to days, and days to a dynasty. Trees in the forest get sprayed with the light, and then I'm rating with the writing pen. You Liu Kang of loose change, sweet Jesus, season after season. How you going off me? I am from the defense, peeking at the pieces of my thesis. Even heathens peep the genius with the keenness of a Reese's. Jeepers when the knees been leaving geezers in the deep end. Crip creeping creatures, fiends sleeping eating. It's the reason beneath the sequence. He is not Yakuza, a ninja gets a guiding like Ryu Hayabusa. Study 7 cycles and I beat a higher sutra. I'm on the block flipping keys to the universe. No quarter sock could proceed to redo the curse. Around the clock, crossing seas with the truest verse. I'm not a god, not a king, I am Lucifer. And you just doofing schmirts, Butch Jones do my shirts. I got some dollars, got some dreams, now it's to the dirt. Soon as the rooster chirps, time to retire. I supply him with the fire. My lines getting iron and the rhymes in the dryer. This track did the crime and now it's time for the trial. It's the primes on the